Forbidden love, more prevalent in human experience than one could imagine, is torturous, intense, and freighted with risk. The heightened suspense it produces, or melodrama, makes it a perfect and attractive element for film. Also, with the against-the-odds quality of forbidden love, comes the feeling that it must be real love, for which we are still rooting. The following list looks at the best examples of illicit passion and secret love, where high stakes are needed and a box of tissues are required.
6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Number 10. In the Land of Blood and Honey. With this ambitious foreign-language romance drama set against the background of the Bosnian War, Angelina Jolie made her move to direct. Goran Kostic takes a tired weakness to Denijo, a stronger fighter for those Bosnian Serbs whose father is a wild leader of the Yugoslav's People's Army and their prison camp. To his surprise, as a Bosnian inmate, he meets a former girlfriend who lives in confinement. Ajla, played by Zana Marjanovic, is a delicate young woman with an envious dedication and spare self-assurance. Their romantic reawakening plays passionately in secret as they go to harrowing lengths to protect a history which could kill both of them. Number 9. Bright Star. Jane Campion's Bright Star is a lovingly crafted and elegantly executed work that will make you smile cheerfully. She is, to be sure, a talented and introspective director, and the unrealized essence of a romance protagonist is as compelling as it gets. Ben Whishaw is the poet John Keats, and Fanny Braun is Abby Cornish, the girl next door, and their affair of hidden love is fiery and full. This is an understated and complex tale of love, which is profoundly affecting and highly perceptive. Perhaps the greatest feat of Campion with Bright Star is to illuminate the splendid ivory towers that imagery and words offer in one breath, and the reasons why, sadly, they have to be cast aside in the end. Bittersweet and beautiful. Number 8. The English Patient. The English Patient acts beautifully as both a love tale and a thrilling adventure. John Seals' spectacular cinematography is majestic and sweeping, and visually sumptuous, and offers a beautiful sense of time and place. All the main characters, though no stands out as the luminous Hannah, are excellent. Direction and screenplay are among the 9 Oscar wins from the film. At a decaying Italian convent, French-Canadian war nurse Hannah takes care of a dying burn survivor. The English patient appears to have amnesia, but is actually an archaeologist. Via flashbacks, we discover that they have had an affair when the British couple of Geoffrey and Catherine Clifton entered the exploration party that upended their lives. The tale of Almacy's love, deceit, and tragedy is moving Hannah and Caravaggio, offering their wounded souls the promise of salvation. Number 7. Never Let Me Go. You should go into those certain movies with as little details as possible. Perhaps it is best to just say that the love triangle of Tommy, Ruth, and Kathy was originally created when they were kids at the same English boarding school. The team heads to a bleak, predestined death. Number 6. Edward, played by Johnny Depp, and Kim, played by Winona Ryder, in Edward Scissorhands. Imagine cuddling with Edward Scissorhands. Each time you've tried to change the cover, you'd run the risk of getting a hairlock cut off, or worse. Kim Boggs is not afraid of sharp appendages from Edward. She is charmed by his kindness and attention to the craft. Even, what kind of future would a romance have between an artificial man and a real girl? Number 5. Little Children. Echoes of Madame Bovary in the American suburbs. Sarah's in a loveless marriage to an advertising executive, long days with her young daughter at the park and the pool, wanting more. Brad is an immature house husband, married to a flinty documentary filmmaker. Sarah and Brad connect, a respite of adult companionship at the pool. Ronnie and Larry have their demons. Brad should be studying for the bar. Larry misses his job. Sarah longs to refuse to be trapped in an unhappy life. Where can these tangled paths lead? Number 4. Her. Less than a twist on the 1984 sci-fi rom-com Electric Dreams of Steve Barron. I mean, come on. Am I the only one who thought so? Spike Jonze's short, seductive, and whip-smart melodrama is richly rewarding. Her follows one Theodore Twombly, played by Joaquin Phoenix, a hangdog hero ever if there has been one. This lonely heart establishes a friendship with Samantha, played by Scarlett Johansson, a smart computer operating system personified in an articulate female accent. Playfully surreal at times and sometimes intensely personal, maybe it's not too much to presume that some of the story originated from the broken marriage of Jonze and Sofia Coppola. Her is an imaginative, dewy-eyed gem, one that will catnip Jonze fans and maybe alienate those who don't dig up his work. Sucks to be them. Number 3. Boys Don't Cry. In a small, dead-end town, this gritty, compelling film by debut director Kimberly Peirce explores homophobia, gender identity, and unconventional love, centered on Brandon Tina's real-life story, born as Tina Brandon, who was murdered in 1993. Boys is a first-rate docudrama with much in mind, but Peirce never allows the issues to diminish the emotional impact of her story. Honored with an Oscar, Swank's exceptionally brave performance is gut-wrenching to watch, while Art House darling Savigny breaks your heart as Brandon's love interest. Brutal subject, but Boys insists to be seen. Number 2. Carol. Todd Haynes' Carol is actually one of the loveliest movies about what it feels like to fall in love. Those are two people who are struggling to fall into each other's arms, yearning for a sense of emotional freedom from a cold society's clutches. Therese is a quiet, young girl whose boyfriend is not pleased with her. Carol is a rich, middle-aged mum on the verge of a divorce. There are two individuals from different strata of society and various phases of life, but the world around them is cold and oblivious to their emotions and aspirations, and this is where they meet. With a fantastic cast and a complex script, Haynes is producing a timeless love tale so full of warmth and compassion. Number 1. Before Sunrise. In the first installment of Richard Linklater's tender-hearted trilogy, the relationship between Céline and Jesse is genuinely prohibited by nothing but time. Indeed, when the pair first meet in a Vienna train station as strangers, they're refreshingly open and impulsive. Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke sculpt two compelling characters, offering naturalistic performances that combine charm, naivety, intelligence, and insight in such a way that you overlook what may otherwise seem insufferably adorable. Yet while their romance is potent, the clock is constantly ticking, and the morning pledge threatens to bring the couple back to life. Borrowing from Brief Encounter, David Lean's unconsumed love masterpiece, Before Sunset, ends at the train station where it started, leaving us to watch our romantics go their separate ways.